Have you guys ever wondered what round a super boosted Obyn could make it to if you made the perfect map for him? Well, dudes, in today's video, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So if you guys have watched this series in the past, you guys know that we're going to go through and we're going to create a custom map solely designed for Obyn. Now, the only problem with designing a map for Obyn is I'm not exactly sure what would be like the best option. Alright guys, and I think this is gonna do it for the map. Like, I went ahead and I made sure like nothing was gonna block anything that you guys wanted to place down. On top of that, I also turned off the blocking for the railings over here in case you guys wanted to use like a couple of water towers along this bridge here. But I think this should work out pretty well for our hero Obyn. But anyways, now the next thing we have to do is of course name and play our map. And then after I get done naming and playing our map, I'll go ahead and publish my map. And then we'll go ahead and get started to see what round Obyn can make it to. Alright, and there we go, dudes. We have officially beaten our map. Alright, so I think for the name of this map, I'm just going to call it Obyn Sanctuary. So if you guys would like to play this map for yourself, here is the code. So let's go ahead and get started. So Obyn is a little bit special in the early game because he's not going to be able to deal with purple balloons. He will be able to deal with camel balloons with his brambles, but with the Obyn's brambles by themselves, it's not going to be enough to deal with purple balloons. So hopefully we can farm hard enough to buy ourselves an MIB before we get our first couple of purples, right? So I think once we get up to maybe like a couple more farms, I think that's when we want to start going for our MIB, because the sooner we have the MIB, the better, right? All right, so round 20, we have quite a few farms. We're making a ton of money. So I think now would be a good time to try to go for our MIB. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves the village. And then let's go ahead and try to buy the MIB. Luckily, we're playing on easy mode, so the Monkey Intelligence Bureau isn't too expensive, and I think we should be able to afford it real quick. All right, so round 25, we weren't quite able to afford our MIB, so let's go ahead and sell one of our farms in order to buy the MIB, which will allow our Obyn to deal with purple balloons. And because we have the monkey village, we might as well grab a jungle drums too, right? So now that we have our MIB, let's go ahead and continue to farm. We'll probably need to buy an alchemist for round 40. We'll probably like farm all the way up until like round 39. Well, actually, we'll probably farm up to round 38, and then after round 38 is when we'll buy the alchemist. But so far, Obyn's not doing too bad. Now, I am really worried about Obyn up against Moab balloons, because Obyn's not really known for dealing with Moab balloons, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and take a wild guess on what round Obyn's gonna be able to make it to in this run, and I want to say Obyn's probably gonna be around the same round as, I want to say, Sada, but then again, I don't know if he's going to be able to deal with the fortified bad balloon on round 140. I know I say it a lot, but like the fortified bad balloon on round 140 is a pretty beefy balloon to deal with, right? Plus, I've never tried to go super late game just using Obyn. Now, when it comes to Obyn, like, dude, like Obyn's already struggling on round 37. This is not going to turn out very well for our Obyn, right? So let's go ahead and grab ourselves an alchemist to go ahead and buff up our Obyn in order to hopefully deal with the Moab balloon on round 40. Now, unfortunately, I do feel like our alchemist is going to steal a couple of pops from our Obyn, but there's not really too much that we could do about it, right? Because we need Obyn to have that little bit of extra popping power. All right, round 40, let's go ahead and drop Obyn's brambles, and let's see how he does. Oh, okay, so he actually did a little bit better against the Moab balloon than I thought he would. So now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave like all of Obyn's buffs like this, and then we're going to go ahead and finish up our farming. We'll go ahead and upgrade all of these farms up to BRFs, and then we'll probably end up grabbing ourselves a banana central as well. And of course, so once we have all of our farms upgraded, then we'll start super boosting our Obyn. All right, round 49, our Obyn just hit level 10. So let's go ahead and place down Obyn's trees. Yeah, like Obyn's not doing very well up against the Moab balloons at all, guys. But the good thing about Obyn is he does have this wall of tree, and the wall of tree sucks up so many balloons. It's so cool. All right, round 58, we finally have our banana central. So now the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and grab myself a monkey sub. And then with this monkey sub, I want to grab the energizer. That way we can reduce the cooldown of Obyn's abilities. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and buy my perma brew as well. That way we can go ahead and move this alchemist out of range of the track. So here is our perma brew. So now let's go ahead and start going for our homeland defense. And then after we buy our homeland defense, then we'll go ahead and spend the rest of our money on upgrading our Obyn. Dude, look at how fast he's attacking. That's actually crazy. Dude, I knew like putting Obyn in a straight line would be like the perfect idea. But one thing I kind of underestimated, I didn't realize that Obyn would have that much pierce. So maybe I underestimated Obyn just a little bit. But then again, even though he has all of these buffs, he's still not like instantly shredding these Moab Bloons. Like our other heroes did. Yeah, to be completely honest, I don't even know if Obyn's gonna be able to last as long as Brickell did. Now, if you guys remember, we've tested out 4 heroes so far, and out of all 4 heroes that we've tested out, we haven't had a single one struggle with these early game Moab Bloons after we applied all the buffs. So that's why I'm not too sure if Obyn's gonna be able to like make it as far as our other heroes. Like, we may have a new contender for last place. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what round do you guys think Obyn's going to be able to make it to? Do you guys think he's actually going to be able to take on the fortified Baboon on round 140? Or do you guys think Obyn's going to fall flat and come in last place? And speaking of the other heroes, if you guys missed any of the videos where we tested out the other heroes so far we've tested out Soda, Churchill, Quincy, and Brickell Pickle, and it was really surprising to see what rounds all of these heroes could make it to if they were super boosted and they were giving a map where they could actually perform on. And also, please feel free to let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this new series of testing out all of the heroes in Bloons BTD6. Right guys, there's nothing really that we can do right now. We already have all of the buffs applied to Obyn, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys back probably on round 98. All right guys, so I'm gonna bring you guys back on round 98, and yeah, it's pretty much as I feared. I don't have very high hopes for Obyn at all, because look at how hard he's struggling up against round 98. Every single other hero, including Brickell Pickle, actually shredded round 98. But look at how bad our Obyn's struggling. This is not good at all. And it's not a really good sign for Obyn being able to make it to late game, right? Like, this is so unfortunate because, like, Obyn's one of my favorite heroes in Bloons because he's, like, my go-to hero whenever I use the Druid strat. So him not being good in the late game, I kind of expected it, but I wish he did a little bit more damage. Especially when he's level 20. But yeah, dudes, every other hero that we've tested out so far was at least able to pop the Baboon as soon as it pretty much got within its range, right? But the Baboon is already on its second track within range of our Obyn, and it looks like it's gonna have to, oh dude, it's doing a 3rd lap. Like, our Obyn is struggling so much against the round 100 bad. This is so bad. Well, at least Obyn does have his trees. Like, his trees are definitely like a big bonus, but I mean, the trees really aren't going to make that big a difference. So once you have like a screen full of DT Bloons or ZOMGs or like a bunch of Moab Bloons, so I have a feeling that, let me see, our Brickell Pickle made it to what, round 131? I feel like our Obyn is probably going to end up losing somewhere around like round 125. Oh my goodness, guys. Like, our Obyn's struggling up against round 105 to Super Ceramics. That's so bad. But in Obyn's defense, he is more of a support hero, kind of like Brickell, but he has a little bit less popping power than Brickell, because at least Brickell has some way of dealing with like Moab Bloons with her Megamind, whereas Obyn doesn't have that. Like, he has his wall of trees that can like suck in Moab Bloons, but his wall of trees can't suck in BFBs or ZOMGs. So while we're waiting for our Obyn to go late game, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys have enjoyed so far, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, if you guys are new around here, don't forget to subscribe as well, because I do upload daily BT6 content. Alright dudes, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward up to the point where our Obyn really starts to struggle and I think he's about to lose, which again, I think should be around like round 125. Alright guys, I'm going to bring you guys back on round 119 because we're dealing with our first Baboons past round 100. And honestly, our Obyn's doing a little bit more damage than I initially thought he would. I initially thought these bad balloons would do like a couple of like laps before our Obyn actually did damage to him. But even still, like these bad balloons are making it pretty far, especially compared to the other heroes, right? Like Obyn's actually pretty lucky that these bad balloons are spaced out the way that they are, because he's actually able to do damage to these bad balloons for like a majority of the track, right? Now I'm fairly certain Obyn beats round 119 for the simple fact that Obyn does have his trees placed down. So when he does pop these bad balloons, he's going to instantly be able to suck in all of the DDT balloons. Now I want to correct one thing that I did say wrong, and Obyn's trees actually can suck in BFB balloons, but he can only suck in a couple of them. All right guys, so here we are on round 131. So right now our Obyn is tied with our Brickle Pickle. So hopefully Obyn can beat round 131 and he will not be in last place. I'm actually really surprised that Obyn actually managed to make it this far. We do have quite a few reinforced ZOMGs here, but luckily Obyn does have quite a bit of Pierce. So I don't think our Obyn should end up losing on round 131. At least I hope not. But then again, I'm seeing all of these reinforced ZOMGs and they're making it really, really far, guys. Oh wow, all of the ZOMGs are popping at the same time, and that's actually the worst case scenario for our Obyn, because there are going to be a lot of BFBs on the screen, and Obyn does have a Pierce cap. So if Obyn can't deal enough damage to all of these BFB balloons to pop them, then I feel like we might be in a little bit of trouble here, guys. Look at all of these BFBs. Like, there's Moab balloons underneath all of these BFBs as well. And because of all of the BFBs, our Obyn's hitting that Pierce cap, so we could end up losing at any moment. So hopefully he's able to deal with all of these BFB balloons, and he is able to take the 4th place spot away from our Brickle Pickle. But I feel like it's going to get pretty close, guys. Yeah, look at all of these Moab balloons. Even though we have our homeland defense going, there's still a bunch of balloons underneath these BFBs. Yeah, now we have a clear picture, dude. I don't think Obyn's got this. I think he's gonna end up losing on the same round as the Brickle. Homeland defense just popped, guys. Oh, dude, I see like small gaps starting to form. Is our Obyn actually going to be able to take the 4th place spot? And we just have a couple of balloons left to deal with. Oh, dude, Obyn clutched it up, dudes. I can't believe Obyn just beat round 131. That's actually nuts. So our Obyn has officially taken the 4th spot away from Brickle. So now Brickle Pickle is in a very last place. So now Obyn's last hope is to hopefully make it up to round 140, because if he can make it up to round 140, I feel like he stands a pretty solid chance of holding on to the 4th place spot until we like start testing out at Tien, Corvus, and a couple of the other big DPS towers. But at the very least, Obyn is not going to be in last place. All right, dude, so round 140, here we are up against the reinforced bad balloon. Is our Obyn going to be able to deal with the reinforced bad balloon? Honestly, guys, I don't have high hopes, because round 140, past round like 100 is definitely the hardest round for towers to deal with. If he is able to deal with the reinforced Moab balloon, Obyn has a good chance at like having a high ranking once we get done testing out all the heroes. Lap 17, and yeah, guys, it really doesn't matter from this point on, because even if he was able to pop both of the bad balloons, the ZOMGs on the inside would pretty much guarantee our loss. Like, I think it would take Obyn like another like 4 laps to pop the ZOMGs, and then he would need more laps in order to pop the BFBs, and then more laps in order to pop the Moab balloon. There's no way Obyn beats round 140. This is definitely going to be the end here. Yeah, like we're not even down to the final phase of the reinforced bad guys. And there it is, dudes. We ended up losing on round 140 to a reinforced bad balloon. which is actually much better than I initially thought. I thought Obyn was going to lose on like round 120 when I was seeing how bad he was struggling on like round 98, but I'm really happy to see that he managed to make it all the way up to the reinforced bad balloon on round 140. All right, a quick review of our Obyn. So our Obyn ended up with a 20,884,000 pops on round 140. So currently how the ranking stands, we have a Churchill in the number 1 spot at round 190, Quincy in the number 2 spot at round 188, our Soda in the number 3 spot at round 158, then Obyn just took the 4th place spot at round 140, and of course bringing up the rear is going to be Brickle Pickle on round 131. So again, this one actually surprised me quite a bit. I'm glad to see that Obyn was actually able to make it further than Brickle Pickle. But anyways, dudes, that's gonna do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, if you guys are new around here, don't forget to subscribe as well, because I do upload daily BTD6 content. But anyways, dudes, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.